The standard form of the equation of a circle is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Let me do this. I'm going to box it. There we go. That looks really nice. Now, x and y are your points that are on the circle. HK is going to be the ordered pair where the center of the circle is located. So H and K is where the center of the circle is located. So that's the center. And then just the value of R all by itself, not R squared, but R is equal to the length of the radius. So I'm going to put radius length. Let me show you how we're going to use this equation. The point 34 lies on a circle whose center is at -1, 2, as shown in figure 1.21. I don't have that figure here. I could draw it for you. Find the standard form of the equation of this circle. So I'm going to draw it for you. Let's draw it together. So we've got this x, y axis, and the point 34, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the point 34 happens to be on the circle, and -1, 2 happens to be the center of the circle. So this right here, this is the center, and this is a point that just happens to be on the circle. So the circle is going to pass through that point. So it's going to look something like that. A little flat there on top, but not too bad. So what is this red segment called? This red segment is the length, or is the radius, and we can find the length of the radius. So what do we need to know to write the equation of a circle? Well, we need to know h comma k, and we need to know the length of the radius r, because x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared. It does have something very much to do with a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Well, we know what hk is. So hk is right here. It's -1, 2. So we'll be able to fill in those values right there. But we need to know what r is. How are we going to figure out what r is? What's that length r? Well, if we've got 3, 4, if we've got 3, 4 being on the circle, and we've got -1, 2 being the center of the circle, we can use the distance formula. So let's use the distance formula. So the length of the radius r is going to equal the square root of, now here I can draw a right triangle for you. See, it's the hypotenuse. So we can say the distance in the x's, the distance in the y's. However you want to do this, we need to find the distance between those 2 points. There's lots of different ways to do that. The difference in the x's is a 4. The difference in the y's is a 2. 16 plus 4 is 20, so the radius is the square root of 20. So we're going to put the square root of 20 in for r. And now we're going to be able to write our equation. So we've got x minus -1 squared plus y minus 2 quantity squared equals the square root of 20 squared. So our final answer, x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 20. And that's how we write the equation of a circle. So here's one for you to try. Go ahead and press pause, and then when you're ready to come back and check your answer, you can come on back. Okay, welcome back. I've got a center, h comma k. I've also got a point, x comma y, that happens to lie on the circle. What is the standard form of the equation of the circle? I'm going to do this just a little bit differently, just to keep your attention there. Equals r squared. I don't know what r is. R is what I'm looking for. But I do know an x value, a y value, and I know the h value and the k value. So if I know all four of those values, I'll be able to figure out what r is. So I've got 1 minus negative 2 squared plus y would be 5 minus 1 quantity squared equals r squared. 1 plus 2 is 3, square it, we get 9. 4 squared is 16. R squared is 25. That means that r is equal to 5. And I can throw this back in. X minus negative 2 quantity squared plus y minus 1 quantity squared equals 5 squared, which is 25. Final answer, x plus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 1 quantity squared equals 25. And we didn't have to complete the square. Look at that. How fun was that?